Leaking pipes and sewers might soon be a thing of the past thanks to innovative new technology that can detect the slightest crack or defect. With me now is Electro Scan CEO Chuck Hansen, who has pioneered the technology. Chuck, Electro Scan is said to be 3 to 5 times better at detecting leaks than CCTV, which is traditionally used. Now, this is quite a statement. How does it work exactly?
TV, you can find defects, you can look at cave-ins, you can see protruding taps, you can see alignment problems. What you cannot see with television inspection are leaks. Unless you're right there, when water is coming out through a crack, through a joint, through a fissure, you'll never see where leaks are. And that's the great thing about ElectroScan. We find every defect, every leak in the pipe.
Well, this might be a stupid question, but why are leaks bad in sewers?
Number one, you don't want it leaking out into the domestic drinking water. But more importantly, and I think being here in England with water companies and AMP6 that's coming out, when it rains, if you've got all of these cracks in sewers, the water will just percolate down into the pipe. What happens is rainwater really should just go back into the rivers and the streams and out into the ocean. But if it gets into the sewer pipes, what happens is you've got to build larger and larger, spending billions of dollars and pounds of treatment plants to build those at the end. So it's very expensive. So looking at the treatment and transportation cost of every liter, of every gallon of water going in the sewer is very critical right now.
Well, you've brought 2 of these devices here. These are actually what goes into the sewers?
Yes. So if you take a look at the larger probe, this will be for pipes anywhere from 250 millimeter or 8 inches all the way up to 2 meters. And it's quite interesting. There's not a lot of moving parts, but inside we've got customized proprietary boards. This is what's known as a tri-electrode array. So we'll have electrodes coming out the back end, electrodes coming out of the front end, and what they do is they're sacrificial, and so they create a tightly bound electrode around the middle that will interrogate the pipe. It'll go up against the wall of the pipe all the way down. The critical element that we have, that TV doesn't have, is we require this to be surrounded by water. By water surrounding the probe, what happens is the electricity that it can conduct to the wall of the pipe and detailed inspection can happen all around the length of the pipe.
Well, as a very successful entrepreneur, you sold your last business in 2007 for a reported $100 million. What made you believe in the ElectroScan concept so much to become the major stakeholder? I
had first heard of the technology about 10 years ago, and it looked like it had promise, but nobody really had taken up. There were some deficiencies. And what I saw was a potential for being a really disruptive technology. We'd done the same techniques to do the condition assessments of sewers for so long before. With this technology, it was so unique, and it was an automated approach, not a visual approach. I knew that if I could put the team together, have the dollars, it could really take off. So compared to CCTV, what's the advantages? You can take a look at it. There's no moving parts. So all the things that can go wrong with a CCTV camera generally do go wrong. The second thing is it's automated. There's no visual interpretation like you do. When you look at a picture, it's always in the eye of the beholder. When you have 2 people looking at the same video, sometimes they see different things. This has consistent results. We've had tests. The US EPA has done testing a pipe one day, 60 days later coming back, the exact same readings. So the consistency is just fantastic. But the most important thing that this device does, that the CCTV doesn't, is it produces the holy grail of the sewer business. It will actually calculate the gallons per minute or the liters per second of how large each individual crack or leak is in the pipe. Well, this is quite a change from CCTV in terms of technology. So how easy will it be for clients to adapt to? One of the things that I think was missing before was in earlier versions of the products that we had seen, it wasn't a very familiar process to the workers. So we actually looked at a TV truck and we asked the question, how could we adapt the technology and actually put it inside of a TV truck? And actually, if we take a look at the bottom of this, we see this cable at the very end. If there was a TV camera that was sitting side by side, we would literally unplug the TV camera and plug it directly into ours. So we wanted to make it very familiar. So within 5 minutes, a team that has been televising using cameras can change out, plug and play, and be electroscanning.
Well, finally, Chuck, now no pun intended here, but what's in the pipeline for the future?
You know, we've been expanding sizes, so we're going to be handling all the sizes for sewer, but another huge market is, of course, water pipes. Now, in water's a clean water, and those pipes generally are under pressure. So having leaks there, it's kind of the reverse. So we have these large treatment plants producing water, and it's not uncommon, even in developed countries, to lose 30% of the water going out to the distribution system and to the homes. So we're adapting the technology a bit, changing up the software so our probes can go inside. We've already done our first successful trial. We're also preparing for our largest trade show, which is coming up in May. That's going to be the IFAT show, May 5th to the 9th in Munich, Germany. So a lot of great things on the horizon for us.
Chuck, thank you.
Thanks.